Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a living on YouTube long term through years into the future and kind of ensure that your channel is going to last. Many channels kind of come and go, or they get really popular and then they crash. And this is kind of to show you some of the strategies that have lasted through the years that will help you with YouTube and even other business models as well, like blogs. It could apply to that. It could apply to, say, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, whatever. So the main thing you need to do to make your channel last is you need to make YouTube money with your channel. The main reason you want to do that is because they will always prioritize your channel in the algorithm, even as it changes, because the algorithm always changes to make YouTube more money. So that is how you basically ensure that your channel will last long term. And to do that, you need to focus on watch time and keeping people on the platform. So this basically, you get people to watch a video, and then you need to get them to watch another video instead of clicking to a website where you have a lot of stuff that has to do with blogging, or you have ways to get them to join your email list. That's all great, but if you want to get the maximum amount of views and YouTube revenue and to rank videos and things like that, you got to keep people going from video to video to video. So you need to maximize things like your end screen. You need to, like, one thing that would make my channel better is if I stopped sending people to show notes. Now, I make money off other things. That's why I do that. YouTube is not my end-all be-all. But if you were to just focus 100% on YouTube, you would have just an end screen that leads people to another video. So that would make your users that are watching your videos a lot more attractive to YouTube's algorithm, and it would make your videos therefore more likely to rank, more likely to do well. So like an example would be like Brian Tracy, or like a motivational channel, or you could do entertainment channels. Those types of channels don't usually need to lead anybody to a link. Now he could lead people to a book he wrote. He could lead people to his website to try to collect them as a subscriber. He could lead them to his social media pages. But to maximize just YouTube only, he would be better off just having people go from YouTube video to YouTube video to YouTube video. And if they really like him, they'll probably look up his books and stuff in the future anyway. So again, watch time is your most important analytic when it comes to that. You want to look at these videos here. So you have all these different types of videos. You want to focus on the ones that are getting the most watch time over here. These are the types of videos that you need to maximize. Those are the types of videos that you need to scale up, and the ones that don't get much watch time, you need to scale down. So experiment with longer videos, experiment with end screens that lead people to the next video without them clicking off of the website that is YouTube. Another thing you can do is build up your click-through rate. So your click-through rate is basically going to come down to your thumbnail and your title. All right, so to increase this makes it stand out more in search results. So you have these search results. You have this video, you have this video, you have this video, and this video. Yours will stand out a lot more if it has a better CTR. So to do that, again, you have your thumbnail, which is the image that people see, like, do this, and then they have a crazy picture of them doing something crazy, whatever. And then you have your title. Your title needs to be good. It needs to contain keywords. It needs to still be a sentence. So it needs to be optimized so it's easy to read. I don't even know if readable is a word, but I'm going to call it readable. And then you want it to create intrigue. So maybe it leaves off on something or whatever. Don't go like full clickbait and just trick people into clicking on your stuff, but you want to get people interested by showing a really interesting picture that has a lot of, maybe it makes them question something. Maybe they see somebody they recognize. Maybe something funny is happening in the thumbnail. The best way to really get a good idea of how good thumbnails look is to go to trending on the YouTube page here. So right here under home, go to trending. These are the videos that are really taking off lately. So like before and after type thumbnails, that's one thing that tends to do well. Something with a lot of just weird stuff on there and people with funny or surprised reactions. A few words on here like, that are related to the video without going too crazy on that. Somebody famous. If you have them on there that people would recognize from TV or something. So just study those on the trending page. Another thing you can do is get a tool called VidIQ. You can get that at vidiq.com. They have a free version and a paid version, but if you were to get VidIQ in the Chrome extension, you want to get the VidIQ Vision for YouTube. What that will do is that will show you your watch time. Like if you're on YouTube, it'll show you your watch time here up next to the upload button, and you'll constantly know what your watch time is, like on a live basis. So at the moment, if you just published a video, most likely that watch time will be up right now from the VidIQ score, because usually people will come back to YouTube and watch your video, or they'll see it pop up in their feed and things like that. So another thing you need to do, again, is you need to focus on your click-through rate, build up your thumbnails, and another tool for this would be TubeBuddy. If you want to get good at creating thumbnails, TubeBuddy is a great one for just creating templates and stuff like that. If you want to use a headline analyzer, you can use coschedule.com. And they have a headline analyzer where if you type in a headline like, how to, make money, whatever, you click analyze now, and then, you have to sign in, and it will give you like a grade on each aspect of your title. And it will help you make a more persuasive title that's more likely to be clicked. Now, if you're on YouTube and you want to see what TubeBuddy looks like, you'll have this little TB symbol when you're signed in, and then you can copy and paste templates for your end screens, your cards, your SEO stuff, all of that. You have a thumbnail generator that you can use, so it just makes things a lot easier. You can create thumbnails and do like a thumbnail generator right here, and it will basically make things a lot easier for you. And then you basically you can upload a frame from the video, a solid color, or another image. Then you do the different layers, and you have a preview, and you can just edit your whole thumbnail all on YouTube with TubeBuddy and just do it that way. As far as titles, another thing you can do is say, if you were to do, how to make money, and then you have these search results. So if you don't want to pay for a keyword tool, you can just use these search results. And as a rule of thumb, usually if you're going for like a 4-letter phrase, then if it still has 10 suggestions here, like this one does, if it still has 10 suggestions, that's usually a good sign that it's a popular keyword. Now, obviously, I do recommend using the Google AdWords keyword tool, which is called the Keyword Planner. You can use keywordtool.io and use the YouTube version. But this is another free way that you can just see, keyword suggestions. You can go down and just keep going longer and longer tail with your keywords and then rank for that. Another thing you can do is you want to study your competition. So if you are trying to become a long-term successful YouTuber, you need to study what other people are doing. Some of the best YouTubers are the ones that watch the most YouTube. Some of the best bloggers are the people that read the most blog posts. They know what other stuff is out there. They see a lot of different types of content. You have different types of visuals that you'll be finding from your competition, different types of audio, different types of marketing type stuff that they do, types of SEO that they do. They have a lot of different ways to promote videos. So you might even get ideas from other backgrounds. So let's say you're a tutorial channel. Well, you can still get ideas from, say, gaming channels, or you can get ideas from, business channels. You can get ideas from other tutorial channels. So you want to see all different types of visuals, audio, different promotion methods that people use on other channels, and that will help you just overall as a YouTuber get more ideas for different things. So you'll notice over here I have all these different subscriptions to different types of channels that can be classified in a somewhat similar industry as me. So I'll go through and say, watch these different channels, and let's say you're a competitor to Gary Vaynerchuk. You like to do motivational videos. You like to do business videos. You like to talk about investing and stuff like that. Well, what you could do if you're finding it hard to come up with video ideas, you could sort by most popular over here and see what were his most popular. So if your channel is similar to this, you would have all kinds of great ideas for how to get a few million views because it's already been done by a similar channel. Now, obviously, you need to put your own spin on it, but that's just another way for you to come up with ideas by studying your competition all the time, watching their videos, and they will give you an idea of what you have to be better than to dominate your niche on YouTube. Another thing you want to do is when you're making a decision on what type of videos you're going to do, when you're making a decision on what stuff to experiment with, you need to make data-driven decisions. All right? That's what the top YouTube coaches do. So you look at people like Daryl Eves, you look at people like Tim Schmoyer, you look at these people with YouTube channels where they give YouTube advice, and they make most of their money as like YouTube consultants that help other channels get traffic. That's what they do. They make data-driven decisions based on analytics. They have advanced analytics that they're always studying, and they know exactly which ones to look at. So you look at watch time is one of the most important ones. Click-through rate is one of the other most important ones. Retention is another one. So those are probably the three main ones you want to look at. You want to make sure people are watching as much time as possible. You want people to click on your video instead of someone else's in a list of videos in a feed or in the sidebar, and you want to retain as many users as possible. You want to get a good subscription rate. You want people to watch multiple videos and not just, click off and go somewhere else after watching one video. You want them to keep watching. You want to optimize playlists, optimize end screens, and those types of things. But if you don't look at your analytics on a daily basis, you're not going to know any of those things. If you don't have tools like TubeBuddy or VidIQ, you won't have the best analytics that you could possibly have. So those types of things combined with YouTube analytics will help you make the best decisions. Please just take my word for it, because I didn't make any money off YouTube until I started paying attention to the actual analytics. Another thing you want to do is build an email list. So you hear about like the adpocalypse and all of that stuff, which is number 2 actually. We actually had a an adpocalypse back, I guess that was last year or the year before, where all these companies were taking down their ads because of shady stuff happening on YouTube. Well, when you give all these people the freedom to post videos, there is going to be a group of people that will use YouTube for the wrong reasons, even though the vast majority of us do not. So they have to tweak their algorithm all the time. They're constantly tweaking their algorithm and testing different things on that. So instead of relying on YouTube notifications to get people to come back to your content, what you need to do is you want to build an email list and notify them. This is like your private subscribers that YouTube can never take this away from you. You have your own subscribers. You have your own notifications. You have a lot more control over the long-term destiny of your channel if you have an email list. And one company I like is Getresponse. I would recommend them because they're cheaper than a lot of other companies to get started with. It's only like $15 or something for your first 1,000 subscribers, which is really good. And an email subscriber is a lot more valuable than a YouTube subscriber or a Facebook like or a follower on Instagram, because you can send them more content. You can have a lot more freedom to market to them and to send them your best stuff. It's more private. It's just a much better thing to do, and that's still probably the best return on investment and of pretty much any kind of marketing is through an email list. So build an email list. Do not rely on YouTube to notify your subscribers, because only like a 5% or less or something a lot of times will get the notification when your new video goes out. So if you want to drive a lot of new traffic to your stuff, as soon as you publish it, build an email list, and that will go a long way for you. And last but not least, make sure that you know the guidelines and don't do stuff that's controversial on YouTube. I understand that sounds boring. I understand that YouTube is built on many different types of channels and that some of them talk about some very controversial stuff. But a lot of times those are the ones that get the axe when an adpocalypse happens, or when something happens that somebody discovers that is shady, like bad comments, that's triggering adpocalypse number 2. That kind of stuff is what usually takes down the controversial types of channels. So know the YouTube guidelines. You can just go straight to the link I'm going to have in show notes for you, or you just look up YouTube guidelines in Google. So anything that you see on this list here, that that they have as, you know, something that violates their guidelines, stay away from it. Stay away from misleading people, anything violent, anything super hateful or that is negative towards other YouTubers or negative, you know, towards government or any of that type of stuff. You don't want to get involved in that, because your YouTube channel might get some views, you know, at first, and then you might completely lose your channel and never be able to recover it in the future. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to show you some of the things I noticed that last long term on YouTube. Check the playlist that I have right there in the corner on the end screen, and I'll see you in the next video.